What's up guys, and welcome back to my Pokemon Mega Evos Alpha Sapphire Mega Evolution speculation video looking at Pokemon from the Sinnoh Region or Generation 4. So last time we looked at 3 Pokemon as usual, as we usually do. I think it was Ambipom, I can't remember the other, Ambipom, Vespiquen? No, I can't remember. I can't remember what it was, guys. I think Ambipom was one of them though, so I got 1 out of 3, guys. That's good for my memory. So you can, take it and run, guys, take it and run. It was Ambipom, Mismagius, and Honchkrow. Just had to check there. Anyway, I guess we'll just get on with it and start off. And today, and also, guys, let me know what you think about every Mega Evolution down below in the comment section, as usual. So, first off, we're starting to look at Scotland. Saw Scotland on TweetDeck on the left-hand side, and it confused me. Skuntank, and obviously Mega Skuntank. So Skuntank is a Poison Dark type based on a skunk. It's pretty obvious. You can see it there with its huge tail just sort of flying over its head and almost covering its eyes up. But that's Skuntank there. Now, what would a Mega Evolution Skuntank look like? Well, I like this design. It's different, but I like it. You can see Skuntank, or Mega Skuntank, has now gotten onto 2 feet, stood up with 2 feet. It's got his arms come out there. Its tail is still coming across its head. Its eyes are now like blood red, which is kind of creepy, but we'll go with it. And you can also see it's got like 2 other little tails, sort of like going around its arms, sort of like just extra fur, sort of circling its arms, which I really do like. And it's got loads of fur on its sort of belly as well. So I really like its design actually. It's different from what you might expect from Mega Skuntank, but I do like it, so I'm gonna go with that. It might not be what actually happens because it's unlikely. It might it's unlikely it might go to 2 legs something, but I like it, so we'll go with it. So first up, what typing would Mega Skuntank possibly be? Well, it could certainly stay Poison Dark type. I would a Poison Dark type is it's almost the perfect ability for Skuntank. So it's Poison because it's skunk, and Dark because, well, it's sort of dark. It's a dark purple in colour. Skunks aren't really like the nicest of animals, so I guess they fit with the dark theme there. But the other typing I could also see for Mega Skuntank is a Poison Fire type, since sort of Skuntank, it sprays out, gas, whatever you want to call it, farts, etc. So I feel like combining that with a Fire type would be very interesting to see, because it could, sort of be really awesome. It could have like sort of flames sort of like billowing out of it, something like that. A Poison Fire type would just make sense in my opinion. I don't know if you guys actually get what I mean in that sort of sense, but Poison Fire again is a possibility for me in my opinion. Then, stat changes for Mega Skuntank. I would say it becoming a physical attacker, especially now it's on 2 feet. A physical attack would make much more sense to me in my opinion. And I would also see a special defense rise too, because Skuntank just seems more specially defensive than it does sort of physically defensive. I don't know if you guys get what I mean there, but it just seems to me like, especially it could use its tails to sort of cover up. I don't know, guys. It just seems more specially defensive than physically defensive, from what I can see at least. What would Mega Skuntank's ability be? Well, it could carry across one of its basic abilities, which is Stench, which I think every time you hit the opponent with a move, it has a chance to flinch them. I don't think it's a very high chance, probably like 10%. But it's it's a half decent ability, I suppose. Obviously, it's based on luck and such, but it could be helpful every now and again. But I was trying to think of like a fire-based ability that could sort of help it out if it got the fire typing, and the only one that came to mind was Flash Fire. So I didn't know, maybe if the fire goes and hits Skuntank, what it does is lights the gas around it. It doesn't actually sort of harm it at all. So Flash Fire, I don't know. It seems like it would work, I don't know why you'd attack with Mega Skuntank with a Fire type move if it was getting into a Poison Fire type, but that's the thing with most Flash Fire users, you don't get attacked by Fire type moves. But I don't know, Flash Fire is the only real ability I could think of for it. I couldn't think of anything else. Nothing else seemed to fit it, so that's what I had to go with. I don't know what you guys think about that. You'll have to let me know down below, and if you have any other suggestions for other abilities for Mega Skuntank, you can let me know too, because really I am just stuck there. I didn't know what else to put apart from Stench or Flash Fire, so leave some suggestions down below if you can, guys. And I guess that's it for Mega Skuntank. Let's move on to the second Pokemon for today, which is going to be Spiritomb and Mega Spiritomb. So, you can see Spiritomb there, Ghost Dark type, one of the 2 Ghost Dark types in the game, along with Sableye. It's weak to Fairy type moves now. It doesn't have, sort of no weaknesses. It's sort of neutral to everything. Neutral from everything but Fairy, because the Fairy type introducing sort of messed up. But that's not too bad, I suppose. What would Mega Spiritomb look like? Now, this isn't the exact design I wanted to show you guys, because I couldn't get the other one sort of cut out because it had a background and everything. It was too much work. So this one here it still looks decent. Just the other one the other one had like arms with bits of rock on the arm, and it seems like it have exploded from the rock rather than just, I guess, sort of come out of the rock a bit more. But I like this design still. You can see Mega Spiritomb is sort of flying flown up about from the rock more, so you can actually see the whole of the rock down below, whereas normal Spiritomb sort of covers most of it. Because it's come out here, its sort of spirals have now, sort of broken away from the center a lot more and sort of become more ragged off the edge. Its face is fucked up a bit more, pretty much, as the way I can explain it, and the little sort of fireballs and aura balls around it have sort of now come into sort of not really balls anymore, they're like tears flying around its face. But I like it, it looks decent. I would have just preferred the other one, but I unfortunately couldn't show that one to you guys. But what type I'm going to see Mega Spiritomb being, I would have to say it's staying Ghost Dark type. I can't see it changing type, because that would make it worse technically, so why would it change type at all, Stat change wise for Mega Spiritomb now, Spiritomb has equal attack and equal defenses, so it's got like 84 in attack and special attack and like, I don't know, 100 in defense and special defense. So I would say if Mega Spiritomb was going to happen, I would see them sort of raising everything equally, so maybe plus 20 in attack, plus 20 in special attack, plus 30 in defense, plus 30 in special defense, sort of thing. That's exactly 100, you guys get what I mean there. Speed possibly might go up as well, I don't know, but I haven't included that because I think the main increases would be attack, special attack, defense and speed, but equally, so like 10-15 points each. Something like that, guys. I don't know how they sort of work it there, or whether they want to make it into a more of a focused physical attacker or a focused special attacker. I don't know how they would go on that really. Ability wise for Mega Spiritomb, again I had some trouble here, not a huge amount of trouble, but some. First of all, we have Infiltrator, which is this hidden ability, I'm pretty sure, which hits past substitutes, hits past like I think like Reflect and Light Screen if I'm right. So that's half decent. It only comes in use every now and again though. But other sort of abilities I looked at here, Prankster, which would allow it to go first with its what? With its status move, that's the one. So it might come in helpful there. I'm not sure how many status moves Spiritomb has has available to it, sort of thing, but I don't know. And then finally the last ability, which I think is probably the best one for Mega Spiritomb, is Analytic, which boosts the attack and special attack, I think it is, or boosts the power of moves if it moves last. And Spiritomb has very low speed, which is like 35. Maybe it might go up a bit, but I think it's still pretty low. It might even, I don't know. I don't think it'll go down because it's still attached to the rock. It can go up too much because it's still attached to the rock, but it can't go down because it's sort of gotten a bit more active, I guess. It can actually move. Looking at this design at least, it can actually sort of move around for the rock a bit more rather than being stuck to the bottom of the rock. But I think Analytic will be pretty good because it's going to be going last most of the time, so that's going to be quite helpful, to be honest. It might be sort of boosting up its attacks by being slower, pretty much. But that's all I can think of for Mega Spiritomb. If you guys have any suggestions for stat changes or ability for Mega Spiritomb, let me know down below, and we'll move on to the final Pokemon for today, which is going to be Drapion and Mega Drapion. So, Drapion is a Poison Dark type, just like Skuntank we looked at earlier, so take from that what you will. Drapion's awesome. I love Drapion. It's one of my favourite Pokemon from Generation 4. It looks awesome. It just looks badass and sort of dangerous, I guess. What would Mega Drapion look like? Now, I haven't got any art here. Well, technically it is art, but it's not actually sort of the art. I think this is like a fake screenshot someone made to try and fool people. It's going to be something for Mega Evos Sapphire. But I really like the design for the Mega Drapion. So here it is there. You can see it's gained, first off, its claws got bigger on both its tail and its two arms. Much bigger, actually, on its tail. It's gained, its hands have now gone like a dark black sort of colour, or a black grey sort of colour, and it's also gained sort of shoulder pads in the shape of stars around its shoulders and the bottom of it, and bottom of its tail, whichever one you want to use there. It's just bulked up a bit, really. Apart from that, not a huge amount of change, but the changes there I do really like. Bigger claws, the extra, the black additions and whatnot. So you guys get what I mean there. I quite like that. Type wise Mega Drapion, I put Poison Dark here, because I think that's probably the most likely, especially with the addition, especially on this design, with the addition of the black sort of markings and such. Although I think it could be one other type, which is Poison Steel. We've never had a Poison Steel type, so I think it would be really interesting to actually get one. And obviously Drapion's got his big claws. It's pink and it's got big claws, so Poison Steel is certainly a possibility for it too, just not as big as Poison Dark in my opinion. Stat change wise for Mega Drapion, I would say an attack and defense rise, because attack is its physical attacker, so that's that there, and defense because sort of it's more physically bulky than specially, or looks like it'd be more physically bulky than especially bulky as well. So attack and defense rise would fit for Drapion, Mega Drapion in my opinion. Then ability wise, it could carry across from its normal ability, which is Sniper, which powers out critical hits from like 2 times to 3 times, which is, it's alright, but it's not amazingly brilliant, because obviously it depends, you have to get a crit, so that's based on luck again. The other ability I've got this here for Drapion is, or Mega Drapion, is Adaptability, which would power up, moves Stab from 1.5 times to 2 times, so you'll get Stab on Poison and Dark, or possibly Poison and Steel, which depending on what type it went to, which I think would be pretty good. Obviously in Dark we got Night Slash, Poison you got Poison Jab, that would be really quite effective for a Mega Drapion to have, I feel. So yeah, that's pretty much it again for Mega Drapion, guys. There's not a huge amount to say, to be honest. I love the design for Mega Drapion. In terms of ability for Mega Drapion, guys, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you guys got any other ideas for abilities for Mega Drapion, and also just let me know what you think about each Mega we looked at today in general. So Mega Skuntank, Mega Spiritomb, and Mega Drapion. Let me know what you think about each one, guys. That's going to be pretty much it for this video. Join me next time when we look at some more Mega Evolution speculation from the Sinnoh region. But for now, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I should be seeing you next time. Goodbye, my friends.